And we are good. So, welcome to the podcast, episode 4. I'm your host, Nicholas Matthew, and today I have got with me...
Briar.
Amanda.
And Nick also. We're doing 3 again. We started out with 4 people. And that was the goal from the beginning. It's like, let's get 4 people every week. And then people have responsibilities. No one wants to be on the podcast. It's like pulling teeth with you people. It's not...
I'm here. I've been here every time.
Yeah, it's true.
Have you been here every time?
Every time.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I say I'm the host,
That's right.
but like you've been on just as much as I have, so it doesn't really matter. Like there's no host. It's a hostless podcast.
A shared responsibility.
Co-host.
It is. And we were supposed to film today too, but then
Wah-wah.
Frank, our wonderful good friend Frank, said, "Oh yeah, sorry, I've got some stuff to take care of. I'll be available in 3 weeks." And he decided to tell us that yesterday.
I can clearly respond.
What is he doing?
Yeah.
Why is he so busy?
He did his film degree already, right? And then he's still in school.
No, he went to
projects,
CJEP
right?
and... Oh God, don't quote.
Oh yeah, for people. Okay, so as a quote for Amanda, Frank went to CJEP. What did he do next?
Shit. I don't know. What you know.
I think what happened. No, he moved here after CJEP, right? And I was like, Frank, come work for me. And he's like, do I have a choice? And I said, no. I have your information, your mother and your father, so you're gonna have to.
But he's studying in the field, like he's studying directing, right?
Yeah. And so he's got like, what is he? He's got midterms or some kind of exams.
I think he has a project, like a filming project, or like an internship.
Yeah.
He has an internship.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what it is.
And he
Cracked
waited.
it.
That's it.
He waited until day whatever to like tell us that, and I was like, thanks, Frank. He's like, oh yeah, I'll be available in 3 weeks.
Because he just got it. To be fair, he just got it.
Oh,
I'm sticking up for him.
okay.
He's not here.
Oh, well,
He's not here.
Then. I should call him up right now. I should be like, Frank, why don't you... You're on the podcast whether you like it or not, Frank.
Skype him in.
But something I actually want to talk about today, and related to Montreal for once, that isn't related to crime. It's sort of related to crime.
Is that usually what you guys
It's
veer
usually
off
about
into?
crime.
Yeah, that's usually how we like break the mold, is we just talk about Montreal, because it's such a weird, upside down
And there's
city.
a lot of crime.
There is a lot of crime. You missed it last week, but Frank talked about a police raid, Frank, where a guy was like banging on a door, and like 40 minutes later the police showed up.
He was like yelling for this woman. And
Yeah, for Pam.
Pam.
Poor Pam.
Poor
Whatever
Pam.
happened to Pam?
Well,
We never got part 2 to the story. Did
it's
Pam...
funny, I have a little story to tell too. I didn't see any action, but on the street where I usually park, there were 3 cop cars just turned on, but nobody in them. I didn't see any cops on the street or anything like that, which is kind of concerning, but I'm sure there's a raid going on somewhere.
It's going on somewhere.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like,
There's probably a raid.
man, we got to do this raid, but you know what? They don't have available parking there until after
park right
9
on the
p.m.
street.
So we're going to have to park around the block and like walk it over to the
Yeah.
raid site. Yeah, they're responsible cops. But they're like, it's weird because the cops in Montreal, and if any cops are listening to the podcast, this isn't me saying this. I heard this from a friend. I saw a guy get pulled over for some reason. Some cop stopped him. But the cop parked his car in the middle of the street. It's weird. It was like in the middle of Sherbrooke. Cop parks his car in the middle of the street, gets out, and starts ticketing the guy. I was like, what's going on? Like, why? What is this? And starts screaming at the cars who were trying to go around his cop car.
Oh my
It was
God.
parked in the middle of the streets, like the back and forth, up and down Sherbrooke. And I was like, there's a parking spot right there. You could have just pulled in. He was pissed off, man. He was like banging the cop car. He was freaking out. I could not for the life of me understand what was happening. Like, why would you park in the middle of the street? There's no reason for that. The car was off and everything.
That's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, it is dangerous. Then he was freaking at everyone else. Like, the ticket pad comes out. I was like, here we go. Fuck. But I think Montreal has like the most car-related nonsense. I've seen maybe in a week, twice, maybe people will get out of their cars because they hit each other in like an intersection. And a couple days ago,
Well, it's icy out there.
Yeah.
that's not a good excuse. You
I
live in
haven't
Canada.
hit anyone yet.
Yeah,
so.
they're like you haven't. Yeah, exactly. What was that thing you were telling me? What was that story you told me about like that car full of old people? And,
What?
you were like,
He looks perplexed too. He's like,
You-
what?
I remember you like told me a story like driving back from work sometime, and there's like a car full of old people going down like the wrong way of the street or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like, what
right by,
was
the
that?
Bell, right by the Bell Center. And a one-way to get onto the 720, I don't know, east, I think.
Don't give out too much information. They might figure out what city we live in.
Oh yeah.
Right, Amanda?
Yeah, that's right.
Not in the
Safety first.
street.
Yeah.
And there was this van of 4 old people, driver, passenger, and two oldies in the back.
Oldies in the back.
God.
What do you mean?
And they're driving down the wrong way down a one-way, and there's a police van following them with the sirens on and everything. And you could see the driver and the other cop in the passenger seat, and they're just like laughing.
They're just
Oh
like,
my God.
how do you begin
Not
to
this
tackle
again.
that? Not this again.
Those oldies.
Those
Darn
oldies.
it.
God damn it. I've never...
I chuckled a little bit in my car. I LOL'd in
You
my
had a
car.
chuckle.
When did you find out you were actually going the wrong way down the one way, and they were just trying to get by?
Yeah, that was... No, it wasn't me.
So the embarrassment starts.
No, it was the oldies.
It's the oldies. God,
Respect the elders.
I don't...
Not when they're going the wrong way. At that point, you just have to question,
Especially when they're
like...
going the wrong way.
How do you even
Especially.
go about tackling that issue?
I know, because
with the
it's
officer?
a
It's like-
three lane, and there's usually full of cars, so to be able to get onto one of those lanes without being in the way of somebody is amazing in itself.
These people are just...
Like
they don't care.
they should have just let them go,
They should have seen what
I
would
mean, they
happen.
made it that far. Might as well
Yeah,
just let
well,
them go.
yeah, like what danger are they going to get into if they're surviving this,
Well,
right?
I don't know.
They survived 2 wars.
World War One and Two.
My God.
And most of them never seen a car before. Like, what is this seatbelt nonsense in here? You just hear a
man.
popping sound like they've never seen a clutch before. Do you think when...
The clutch doesn't make... Okay, it doesn't make
Whatever.
popping
I don't
sound.
drive, so it's fine. I will...
Just go
I like
popping
that.
into
Clutch.
gear here.
You pour it in milk, right? It probably makes a popping noise. Is that not how it works?
No.
I don't know. I don't drive.
Breeze by that one.
I'll never drive. I'll never do it. It's too much responsibility. You gotta... First of all, you gotta go and you gotta get the license.
Not
which
hard.
It's
Not
not...
hard.
It's not
No,
easy.
it's not hard.
No.
It's not.
No.
I passed the test the first time. 100%.
Did you?
No.
Don't you have your permit?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I eventually...
Expired 4 years now.
Give or take. No one really looks at the expiration date on them. They just
Like
say,
milk.
okay.
You get the gist of it.
I
Yeah.
drank bad milk, but it had days before it went bad, and so I was like legitimately caught off guard. I didn't know how to react properly. I was like, oh, this milk's bad, but it goes bad in 2 weeks. So I thought maybe I was crazy, so I dumped some out and just came out that like disgusting
Yeah,
like
chunky.
blob. You don't know, Amanda, because you're a CrossFitting vegan,
I don't do CrossFit.
and you're also gluten-free.
Don't associate me with CrossFit.
It's too late. You've already gone there. You're also all your chakras are in line. Sorry, but like, because you give me shit all the time because I leave milk out on the counter.
Yeah.
But only when I'm using it. When I'm not
Okay.
using it, it goes in the fridge. That's when it's locked away. It goes in the fridge, and when I'm using it, it stays on the counter.
Put on safety.
Easy access. I don't have to open a fridge and like let the fridge air come out all the time.
That's just a real challenge.
It's tough for me. I pay the bills, so I don't want to open the fridge all the time.
You pay the bills?
I pay all the bills,
Just you?
all of them together. But what was I talking about? I was talking about old people before. And have you ever? How often do you guys fly?
Oh my God.
This is
Segue
odd.
into
What?
that.
No. Wait. No. There's a
So we're
point to all
talking
of it.
about.
I swear to
not
God.
that.
I swear to
You're
God. There's a.
talking about
I
old people.
swear to God, it all goes
We just
together.
went through 4 different topics
I
in the span of 10
swear
seconds.
This
to
is why
you.
we needed a topic.
It all goes together. I swear to
Okay.
God.
Okay.
So how often do you guys
What
fly?
humor you?
I don't know. Twice a year.
Twice a year?
Once or twice.
How often? do you
Once in
fly?
a while.
Once every couple of years?
In a while.
Okay, so
That's
once
it.
in a while. I'm once every couple of years. Every fucking time I get on a plane, the
It's
TSA
oldie.
person is an old person. My passenger beside me is an old person. And the fucking people in front of me and behind me are old people. And none of them have ever been in an airport before. And it fucking blows my mind. They're like, where do I put the luggage? I don't understand. Why are you checking me?
That's
I
just
don't
the
get
TSA
it.
thing,
Yeah,
man.
and that's just the fucking TSA. It's just like, I don't get it. They're like, can I bring this luggage on board? They're like, no, ma'am, that's a 250-pound bag. And she's like, I don't understand. Can I bring this? They take up 2 seats. Last time I got on a plane, the woman had her legs across all 3 seats.
What?
All fucking 3. And she's like, I bought the ticket. I was like, yes, you bought the ticket for 1 seat. I couldn't
I don't
believe.
get it. She was sitting like this.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Spreading out her legs.
Yeah, she was against the window,
Okay.
And she had her back against the window, and her feet were just across it. And I was just begging for the shoes to stay on. I was like, please, dear God. Sure enough, in the flight, right, the shoes come off. And I was like, never again. It's the most brutal thing. Because, like, I can't... What's confusing about the airport? It's frustrating. It's frustrating for sure, but it's not confusing. It's not difficult to map the airport. They're like, can I get on this plane? Like, you're going to Florida, right? And like, yeah, well, like, this plane leaves for Germany. And they're like, well, why can't I get on this one? And there's just a ring of confusion.
Aw.
Same thing with trains. I had a very grumpy old person ask me why I was getting on a train. I was getting on for I had to go up to Toronto for business, and
No pleasure.
a little bit of both. You know, that comes later. That comes after the business.
Okay.
Business then pleasure. Yeah,
Okay.
that was
Responsible.
yeah. I want to take care of the business first.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. That whole trip was a disaster. I went up there for business. I got totally trashed. I was up there for 3 nights and I had a meeting on my last day. First night, got trashed completely.
You market yourself well. Okay.
Next 2 days was totally sick. Totally hungover for the next 2 days. And I was in this meeting with this guy who was gracious enough to make time for me. And I was just totally zoned out. And the guy was like, are you understanding what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. Could barely figure out what was going on. But on the train ride there, just old people heckling me all the time for no reason. I was in line. They're like, sorry, do you mind if I go in front of you? And I was like, yes. I'm like, well then. And I was like,
awkward.
well, I don't understand what that was. And
Well, there's enough seats for everyone, right?
well, that's
if
it.
there isn't, then you let them go. But
Well, yeah.
It's not
I
like the
see the
subway.
point.
It's not like
Yeah.
a metro.
Yeah, it's not it's a train. I mean, it's a train.
yeah.
There's
There's
how many
ample-
seats are on
You
a
don't
train?
stand for the.
Yeah, no one's standing on a 5-hour train ride. Which first time on a train, by the way. That was my first time on a
Yeah.
train. Super disappointed. Last film I saw was White Christmas, and they're in the train, and they've got like the club car,
Yeah.
and the car where you can sleep. And I got on the train, I was like, it's just like the motherfucking airport. It's just an airplane on tracks. Like this wasn't great at all. I was so disappointed. Oh god. The ride back was something else too. There's a woman who was trying to Skype with her kids, but had 5 glasses of wine. And so she was...
You counted. Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
5 hours on a train, you need something to do. And I was like, how many bottles of wine does this... Like these little tiny, like, complimentary ones. Like, how many bottles can this lady... 5. Then she Skyped with her kids. And that was just fucking the funniest
Sometimes
thing
you
I've
need
ever
to,
seen.
you know?
Drinking wine or Skyping? You would know. You would know, eh? Jesus Christ.
No personal
You
experience.
don't even...
I don't have
drink.
kids.
I
I am a kid.
I was confused as to which one you like. Does she have kids or does she drink? Does she not drink wine?
I don't drink and I don't have kids.
Well, aren't we Miss Responsible Vegan, not drinking, crossfitting, no
Wow.
kids? Fucking... God, we went out to the trivia night and you
Yeah.
didn't drink either.
Yeah, I had
You
nice
had,
tea.
you had an iced tea.
Iced tea.
How was that?
It was icy.
It was alright. It was icy. Not enough tea in there. Did you complain? You feel like you gotta get that proper...
Hey, how did that go, by the way?
We came in
Trivia night.
second to last. What was our...
Second.
I thought
Yeah,
you were-
yeah,
To
but
last.
we didn't come last. So
I thought you were
that's
gonna end it right there.
Like-
Second.
Yeah, well, that's where we should have ended it. It's that situation of like, you don't really want to know the full story. You just want the answer that you want.
Yeah.
No,
we got
came-
honorable mention though.
We got
Twice.
so many honorable mentions. Yeah, for our name, and one of our answers was
What
that
was your name?
stupid meme. Our name was, it was no fun intended.
Okay.
And the lady was like, oh, that's funny. And, fuck.
That horrible meme. I don't know
That
why.
Frank was like, just write Cash Me Outside. And we're like,
What was the question?
what was the question? It was something
something
like
absolutely
an
random.
artist. Yeah, something we didn't know. We were uncultured and, we were
Like, what kind of
uncultured
questions
people.
were being asked?
She said pop culture was one of the things. Was not pop
No,
culture.
absolutely not. It was,
Was
like
not.
Broadway or something.
Yeah, it was like, what is the
Okay.
producer of this Broadway show? Like, that's not. Is that pop culture? Hold on, I'm gonna Google. Is Broadway pop culture?
I don't know.
You can talk amongst yourselves.
I will tell the cash me on the side answer that Frank gave.
Yeah, she basically just liked it.
Okay.
She was like, I like that one, but it was pretty embarrassing because, you know, that's
It
like
was
the worst
super wrong.
joke. Yeah. It's the worst joke that we could have made. So.
Well, apparently, sorry to interrupt. I know you guys are having a very in-depth conversation about memes. That's what we should do. We should have a meme podcast.
Yeah. It'd
Just
be fun.
top 15 memes of 2016. And we just list 15
Number
memes.
4 will blow you away.
Exactly. You'll never look at memes the same. So apparently, according to the BBC, Broadway is having a pop culture revival. So I guess technically it is pop culture.
Yeah, I mean, they did Lion King.
Did they? How'd that even...
I'm pretty sure. Lion King the musical.
We have a friend who told us that when she was a kid, she had a crush on Simba.
It says a segue.
This is a proper segue. At what point... And she looked at me like that's completely normal. To have a crush on an animated non-human character. I've never had that. Have you had that in... like Disney?
Not that I read.
Like Prince
recall.
Charming? You're like, yes, him. I don't even...
But
I want to do
Prince
things to him.
Charming is
Yeah.
human.
Yeah, but I'm saying like just an animated character in general.
Oh.
You're like, I want to.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what I want to
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
because I'm
animated
too young.
characters,
Tangled.
for sure.
The girl from Tangled.
I thought you were honestly going to say the guy from Tangled. He is handsome.
lizard.
The lizard for sure. Big old bug eyes.
Ooh.
Love
He's got a
that.
good personality.
That's what I like.
But like, I've never. People speak like that's perfectly normal. Like, oh, when you're little, you have a crush on a cartoon character. I could see if it's a person, not a full-on lion. I don't understand. What does that mean? You had a crush on Simba the lion. I don't understand people. Like,
We'd have to ask her.
I don't want to get too deep into it, but it goes into like anime porn and stuff like that. Like, I don't understand the appeal.
I don't know if it does.
I don't.
I don't know if that's the same.
Like, it's not the same, but I'm just saying, like, I don't
Pretty
get.
different.
What about like the pillows there
That's
with
just
the girl
you,
on
you
it?
just need someone to love, or you need someone
But
to
it's
love
just
you.
a pillow. If you
It's
put
like so
if you put a
funny.
person in the pillow, then
Oh,
you're
now
then
we're
you're a
cooking.
creepy murderer.
Now we're cooking.
Now we're cooking with gas. Just it's perfectly normal to have a waifu.
Sure.
John, what?
oh, okay.
America's never going to be great again. We're not. Thank God we're in Canada, where our natural divide of biomes keep the Americans out. Not enough cheeseburgers to support them. If anyone's listening from America,
From Miss America.
from Miss America, any of the Miss Americas, have you? I recently listened to girls answer pageant questions, and it is. I don't quite know how to quantify that. Like, you'd have to watch it for yourself. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Like, one of them was like, how would you try to assist stopping the division of race in America? And her answer was basically,
that was unfair though.
I just want everyone to get along. Everyone should just get along. She was doing this with her hands. She was putting the fingers interlocking over and over. And like, I'm like, oh yeah, only two of the races? Only the black and white people. None of the other races in there. She was just doing this over and over.
They basically ask her to solve racism.
Yeah, it's like.
How do you solve racism? Just put everyone together.
Just do scissoring.
Let's all love each other.
I think because people of different races should spend time together.
One of the questions was to
Yeah, fair.
solve ISIS.
Yeah.
What,
Terrorism.
really?
Yeah. She was
Solve
like a finalist. Her face is like.
How do you going to solve terrorism?
Yeah, she's
Okay,
like,
yeah,
what's your
maybe-
opinion on ISIS and how would you go about that? And
Yeah,
she's
like,
like,
How would you go about that?
Well,
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Put more resources. Spend more money.
what-
Like
These
how do you solve terrorism?
These are all right answers, by the way. Spend more money, get more resources. She's not
Right.
wrong.
I mean,
Far from a dumb answer. I would solve terrorism by asking them why. Why they do it.
why you do this?
Why are you doing it? Why? Have you seen the top 15 memes of 2016? Have you listened to the podcast? You might not be heroes anymore. The memes. We're going to be tracked now because of this podcast. Episode 4, most controversial podcast. 2017. We're doing it. We're on the map,
Because you
guys.
just mentioned terrorism.
Just mention terrorism and anime
Just
porn
briefly.
over and over.
Okay.
That'll be the title of the podcast. Terrorism and anime porn.
A healthy mix.
Oh, gross.
That's the most unhealthy. That's the most toxic. Just throw a pepper, little
An
racism in there
unhealthy
for
mix.
good. What are your thoughts on sexism? What are your thoughts on women in the workplace?
Oh my god.
Guys, what are your thoughts on the... I didn't even say when we're filming this. So when we're talking about current events, it's not even going to matter. But we're filming this on the 9th of... 9th?
Yeah.
Okay. I looked offset to our wonderful assistants, our date assistants. We're filming this on the... we're recording this on the 9th of February.
Yeah.
So The Bachelor is still going.
2017.
2017, yes. Very important to get the year right.
Yes,
Considering
we're finally talking about this.
Yeah,
The
we
Bachelor?
can talk about The
Yeah.
Bachelor. Let's do it. Let's talk about The
You
Bachelor.
watch it?
Of course,
Yes.
that's what I. Yes. Hey,
Yeah.
we're here for that.
So you and I already know the winner.
Yeah.
Amanda, you and I already know.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure because reality Steve and stuff.
Well, yeah. Reality Steve.
Did you
is,
look him up?
I didn't look him up. Wait, explain who he is. Explain who
Okay,
Reality Steve is.
so
But don't say who the winner is.
No, I won't say. No spoilers here.
Do you watch it?
I've tuned into like a few different episodes,
Okay.
but I'm
It's good.
not trying
It's
to.
good this season. Wow.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Not the best season, but it's okay.
I'm not loving this season so much. Anyway, but Reality Steve is like has a lot of connections, I think, to the celebrities and like I don't think the producers, but like people on set. So he is able to like predict like with a high level of accuracy like who ends up.
Oh, I see. So he doesn't
winning,
actually.
essentially.
Okay, he doesn't actually know.
Well, he knows like 99%. Like he's like pretty sure.
Okay.
He's
The gap's between 99%.
Okay,
I'm
look,
pretty
look.
sure.
Like no one told him.
He's been wrong like a few times in the past, but like he like 9 out of 10 times he's
Okay,
correct.
so it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Reality Steve. Shout out to Reality Steve, by the way.
Shout out.
Shout out. It's not gonna matter. All of our 5 viewers are gonna go and be like, reality. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's a hi mom. But yes, okay. So because I want to talk about The Bachelor because I'm not too into it, but everybody I know now is into this season.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know why. What's special about this season? I would
Corinne.
imagine it's Corinne.
Corinne.
Right?
Even
My
you
girl.
know about Corinne.
Yeah, I love Corinne. She's great. She's
Exactly.
insane.
And because one of the girls is from Montreal.
Yeah.
Which is great. Shout out to
Vanessa.
Shout out to
Even
Vanessa.
you know that. I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that. I guessed.
Yeah.
I had a high
Lucky.
probability of guessing.
Lucky
I was
shot.
pretty sure. I was 99% pretty sure.
Okay.
Shout out to Vanessa. But no, it just seems like everyone's
She's
obsessed
like,
with The Bachelor.
thanks, Nick.
Yeah, she's like, yes, I love this podcast.
Got that shout out.
Yeah, it's good. Maybe we'll get a feature on the next Bachelor.
Oh my
I could be
God.
on The Bachelor. I could do it.
They're looking for people. Looking for men.
Yeah?
Mhm.
You think with
Submit
my
you.
big nose I could get on?
And your shitty little wrists.
My shitty little wrist? You're
What?
really going to bring that up, eh? I don't want to talk about my shitty little wrist. Basically, I was here with Briar and a few of our friends, and one of my friends had this new watch on and had Roman numerals all over it. Very minimalist, beautiful looking watch. And I was like, that's a really nice watch. He's like, oh, thank you. He's telling me where he bought it. And I was like, yeah, you pull it off really well. I was like, I can't pull off a watch because I have like tiny wrists. I have these shitty little wrists. and I've never heard the end of me having shitty little wrists. But like, I'm not joking. I went in when I was younger to get a watch and the lady's like, I don't want to sell you a watch. I'm not joking.
What?
I'm not exaggerating. She's like, I don't want to sell you a watch. And I was like, why not? She goes, well, you have skinny wrists. You have like spaghetti wrists. It's going to look like a cancerous growth on your wrist. And I remember because these words cut deep, you know. These words definitely cut deep. So,
I don't want your wrist to like represent my brand of watch.
this is basically what she was telling me. And I was like,
So
I
sad.
ended up buying a watch, wore it for a couple months. I was like, this really does look awful, doesn't it? It's still in my drawer somewhere, but I remember I bought it in the States, so I can't even go and be like, you were right. I'll never see her again. She'll never know she was right. And to this day, they're still like
Shitty.
shitty. Look at that. It's all like normal arm length, and then they just thin right out, right at the wrist. It's like only my wrists have been malnourished. They can't support the weight of my hands. They just bend all over the place.
Such a random. Oh my god.
I
That
can't
man just
wear.
filled into that shitty little wrist.
Great. Let's get shitty little wrist
Now I'm,
memes
like,
going in
looking at my
2017. You've got like here, pull it because you're wearing a sweater. Pull up your sleeves.
How do
good.
you know if it's a shitty wrist or not?
Well, can you pull up a watch?
I don't know.
Do your hands do this occasionally when you're like, can you raise your hand? Your hand just flies back. Can't support the weight.
No.
No, you've got like slender, like you've got like girl
Slim.
wrists. I've got like I feel like I've dunked my wrists in like battery acid for a month.
Let them burn off.
All that excess wrist fat.
God.
Doctors.
What an awful insecurity. Shitty
I've
little
got a
wrist.
big nose and shitty little wrists.
God.
What the-
I mean, well, let's just round out the circle by saying I can't grow a beard either.
What do you have going for you?
I don't know. My wonderful personality. My smarts. No, it's not fun. I don't like it. I wonder if there's like a certain diet to get wrists plumped and like
Genetics.
get that wrist.
Have better genetics.
Get that summer wrist ready. Better genetics. I just shitty little wrists.
Too bad, eh?
I feel like
You'll never be like the rest of us.
I'll never be a normal person again. Can we get like what was it? It was a long time ago now, but it was like that "Don't Judge Me" challenge. Can we get that going?
But just the wrists?
But just the wrists? We have like wrists with like a fake bone popping out and like they're all bent and everything, and then they like haphazardly put it like knock it against the camera and that's normal. Like none of it works. What was the "Don't Judge Me" challenge? Why is the internet just getting dumber and dumber?
I don't know.
Why is that happening? How is that happening?
The newest challenge is what?
I stopped. I don't know. Pranks and
Past the water flip.
the bottle challenge or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. You know, like didn't MatPat do a theory on how to cheat the bottle flip challenge?
I don't know.
Some people don't like MatPat. I like him.
I don't.
I'll say it right now. I'll take that backlash. I enjoy his content.
You watched a couple of videos on my TV there, and that's all I get is recommended MatPat.
Yeah, I like game theory.
Or not MatPat. Sorry, John.
John?
Yeah.
I like John Tron a lot too. If we're gonna talk about video games, like he was on Game Grumps for the first year there, and he with Aaron Hansen, who's Ego Raptor, and now it's Ninja Sex Party took his place. So Dan Avidan, and they're great. It's a really great channel. So everyone's probably seen them, but if you haven't seen them, definitely go check them out. They're some of the biggest fucking channels on YouTube, so I don't even know what I'm doing. But no, some people don't like MatPat. They don't like what game theory's become. I like it. I like the idea.
What does he do?
I haven't really seen the evolution of it. So I don't
He
know.
he takes video games and then he uses that as like a medium to teach math. And so he was like teaching. He was doing all these theories of like, could you do this in real life, even though it's in a video game? And he was doing all the math for it and everything. And he was writing it out. People really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And then recently he switched his. I guess he sort of switched his content over to doing theories within the games. So instead of saying, "Oh, can you do like an Assassin's Creed jump in real life? Could you survive that?" and doing all the math, he would instead sort of dig into the lore of the game and like find little secrets and try to prove they were real in the game.
Oh, okay.
And stuff like that. And people don't like it. He's
They
on
like the math better. Go
yeah,
back to the math.
That's it. And I'm like, I get that, but I mean,
That's
I
so
don't
weird.
not. Yeah, isn't that like bizarre?
That's usually the internet's like the other way around. Like
Well,
towards
that
less
yeah,
intellectual,
exactly.
but
Less intellectual.
Whoa.
Go back to
No,
the
it's true.
math. Time
I mean,
to keep going
you
to my
know,
bottle flip challenge.
the
Let me
usual
dump a bucket of
person-
ice on my head.
The usual person doesn't go on YouTube to like get educated, right?
Yeah, I mean, like the way he presented it was very like engaging.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it was a main focus, but it was in there, and he would explain all the mechanics of it and everything. It was very,
That's
very well
interesting.
done.
Yeah.
But now he's just like on cringe subreddits and all this stuff, which I frequent because you got to get that daily dose of cringe. You know, you got to
Definitely.
feel better about yourself. But he's all over that. People don't really like it. I like him. I think he's cool. I think he's a real cool guy.
All right, there
Yeah,
we go.
woo!
There's Nick's
So that's
opinion
Seal
on
of
something.
approval.
So
It's
he-
just my seal of approval is just a bent wrist in the shape of a check
That
mark.
was to you, sir.
Exactly. Have a bent wrist. There's that Spider-Man versus Elsa thing talking about weird YouTube
Oh,
stuff.
God.
That was a long time ago, but it's still. Ethan on HOH did like a big thing about that. You haven't seen that Spider-Man and Elsa?
No, and why would you?
No, yeah, don't watch. It's a waste of time. But like, it has. I'm gonna look it up. Talk amongst yourselves, but I'm gonna look
Ethan
it
Neal, that's a good channel.
yeah, I like Ethan Neal a lot. It's hold on a second. I'm afraid I'm gonna get. Look, Spider-Man and Elsa, literally
First thing.
right after Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay.
Let's see, how many views does the first video that I see here? The channel is called Webs and Tiaras, and it's just super bizarre. And it's got their first video posted a week ago has 8 million views, well over 8.5 million views.
What? So what is it?
We'll show you later.
I don't. Yeah, no,
Okay.
you know what? I'll definitely.
It's for sure weird. I haven't
it's-
actually seen one of the videos. I've just seen reactions to the videos.
But like to give the
Yeah.
listeners like an idea of like what.
Okay, so I guess
It's
let's try and figure this out. Let's try and verbalize what these videos
Okay,
are.
so it's a guy dressed as Spider-Man and a girl dressed as Elsa.
yeah, and Spider-Man's trying to like romance her,
I don't know.
and then
Is there like a story behind it?
this is just it's a silent movie too, which I guess makes it edgy or
Okay.
something. I have no
Well, it's
idea.
not black and white.
It's not black and white. Those aren't mutually exclusive. Not everything's in black and white, Briar. Okay, you know,
Silent
it's
movie
not one or the
matter.
other. Wow, I know, right?
Okay.
Super controversial podcast. But then like the Joker comes in at some point and he mucks it up, and then I don't know. It just sort of derails from there. There's like a gumball.
It derailed. It
I
started
have
derailed.
I still have no idea what the hell.
That's it. And then you'll get to the end of the video and you'll have that exact same reaction. Your life will not have been any more fulfilled by watching this.
Cool.
But then
Cool.
you'll watch it and you'll be like, well, that was a waste of my life. It had like bot views though, didn't it? Like bot, like BOT, not BO.
Yeah, it was part of like
That's a weird conspiracy.
maybe not. Well, yeah, I don't know if it was bots or not. Probably because you can't get. I mean, maybe you can get 8 million in a week, but
I don't understand. The subscriber count is 5 million. Five and almost a quarter million.
what? That's not real. Then.
And they have 329 videos. They must just do this like on a daily basis. We could have 329 videos if we did this on a daily basis.
Yeah, what are the odds of that though? For
Yeah,
real?
probably not great. Probably.
But in 3
far
weeks,
off.
Yeah,
we'll
'cause
start doing that. In 3
Yeah, in
weeks.
three weeks, so we'll get there. We'll
Yeah,
get there.
Frank.
We're getting there. It's just a weird thing to look at, and I'm sure some of those views are people too. It's the weirdest part. Some people are like probably actually watching that, and that just
I'm sure some of those 5 million views are real people.
I would think so, but it just blows my mind that someone like was like sitting down with their friends and like this is the thing we need to create.
Where'd they get the money to invest? Like,
Yeah, like who's investing in
get
like
that many views? Like,
Can you imagine two people go to the bank and they're like, we need a loan. We're a production company. Like, oh, what are you producing? Well, we're producing stuff on YouTube. Lucrative business. Well, what's the content? So I'm going to dress up as Spider-Man. She's going to be Elsa. And I'm going to do just all sorts of weird things just on camera. And then we have this Joker mask. Here you go. $6.5 million.
yeah, that's
There you go.
reasonable.
and then Joey Salads is in it, maybe. Or the
Bradberries.
Or those Bradberry boys. Shout out to Ethan and Ela.
Don't want to go too far down the Bradbury hole.
You don't want to get slamberry down the meme hole. Oh god. H3 did a little bit on like one of their new pranks. Pranks are like dying out on YouTube, which is nice.
Yeah,
They're not coming back anymore.
hopefully.
It's social experiments are done too. No one's doing them anymore. No one's doing social experiments or pranks
Oh
anymore.
no,
Which
absolutely
is
no one.
so nice. How would you go about doing a good prank? What's a good prank to you?
Good prank.
Where you
Yeah.
both laugh in the end.
To-
That's a good prank.
To me,
You can't
okay,
go
wait.
out in public and say, hey, you're ugly, and have them beat your ass, and then say, whoa, it was just a prank.
It's a social experiment.
So a prank to you is like when the victim laughs along with you.
Yeah.
Prank to me is when you don't inconvenience anyone, but you still prank them. What's prank to you, Amanda?
Like if you run up behind someone and pie them in the face, that's funny.
That's
That's not a
funny, but it's like
prank, though.
inconvenient. You might have ruined that person's day.
Probably not.
I would feel like maybe you like ruined their
Not like a
clothes.
random person, like a good friend or something like that.
Oh, like a good friend for sure.
And not like
Yeah.
you know.
And if
not
you
out
brought
on
like
the
a change of
streets.
clothes with you or something.
If you were at
like,
You're wearing
like
this
a
today.
if you were at like a house party or something like that,
oh
and
yeah.
everyone was dancing or something, drinking or whatever, and you just
No,
pie
I
them
mean
in the
like
face.
a filmed prank.
That'd be fun.
What would be like a good filmed prank?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would say as long as it doesn't get
Go in the
in the
hood
victim's. Go on.
and ask them what they think about Trump and Black Lives Matter,
Go.
and then
Continue.
say that those. Well, Trump is right and Black Lives Matter is stupid, and then just say it's a social experiment
Oh, and just scream social
and
experiment.
see what happens.
Then you're untouchable after that. They
Mhm.
physically can't touch you.
It's a prank, bro.
It's a prank, bro.
Prank.
Oh, it's a prank.
Good luck to you, sir.
At what
I'm not
point-
gonna do that because that's dumb.
At what
Yes,
point
and offensive.
can you say
This too.
that's a prank, and it's no longer applicable? I would say the moment someone gets aggressive,
Yeah.
it's like you can no longer say it's a prank, and
Yeah.
you're out of the woods.
Yeah.
I feel like, wow, I just had another thought, but I feel like my mind works in weird ways. Thank you. I know it's been like a one rail track. I feel like if you were to prank someone, it's got to be lighthearted. No one could get hurt, and it doesn't inconvenience the person for like longer than a couple seconds. Like
Yeah.
maybe you like do like a prank where you're just in like a town square and like a girl walks by and you just throw together, like you get like a fine dining table and everything. You throw it out there in like seconds.
Oh, that'd be a good.
Like that'd be sort of
cute.
funny. And then she's like caught on the spot, sort of deal. Like that's funny. No one's
Yeah.
inconvenience.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't want to be there, she doesn't want. She just gets up and leaves. Done and done.
Yeah.
And then later she tries to sell you a cell phone, and then you break into her house. You know how it goes. Bradbury, I'm Ethan Bradbury. It's so dumb. But my thought from a moment ago, because we were talking about TV shows, and I was talking about Out of the Woods, and it got me thinking about the Lemony Snicket series.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I saw the
Did
whole
you
thing.
watch it? Yeah?
I watched the whole thing. It definitely, yeah, it's good. I
Is
recommend it? Yeah. Neil Patrick Harris is great.
Yeah, he's good. He's like a bit too good. Like it's like
It
a
reminds-
little uncomfortable.
I-
It gets a little like rapey though a few times.
What do you mean?
Like no, I don't know.
Gets a little bit rapey. I think it's just it gets rapey or it doesn't. There's a little bit. There's not like a workup to
There's
rapey.
no rape, but like he
Oh,
definitely
good.
sends
Okay,
out
guys,
some
it's okay. It's
strange
PG.
vibes.
There is no rape.
I
What do you
don't know.
mean? Because he dresses as a woman? Wow. Transgender,
No.
and you can't accept that about Neil
Like
Patrick Harris?
I just watched the first few episodes, but I didn't remember as a kid when I was reading these books it being that like disturbing, and just the way that he was like talking to the children.
That's just the actor. That's just
No,
Neil
I know.
Patrick Harris.
No.
Did you even know who Neil Patrick Harris was when you were a kid?
No, I love him. Yeah, love him. I'm just
Good
saying
save. Maybe he's listening to this.
the script. If he is, that's amazing. But
Mhm.
I don't know. No, you guys didn't feel that at all. Like it was
No,
just
I
a bit
didn't
weird.
watch it.
You
so
didn't watch it?
I
I
don't-
did.
Oh,
And I don't read books, so I wouldn't know. Like.
Yeah, he doesn't know how. He's too stupid.
I don't have any particular
Me
scenes
no, we're
in
too
mind.
good.
Though.
Well, what do you mean? Like, you're so vague about this.
I know I am. Let me just keep talking. I'll find an example.
Okay, find an example. So, Lemony Snicket's.
Of rape? Eliminate.
No,
Yeah.
that's not what
No,
I'm talking about.
obviously not.
Oh.
What do you... Get examples of... That's awful. Cut that completely. She cut this whole section.
It's an offensive episode.
It
fine.
is. It's a very controversial episode.
Yeah.
It'll be the... I almost said it'll be the blacklisted episode, but then I was gonna be like, I don't like the way you said black.
Okay. Good
So-
thing you avoided that.
Thank God. No controversy here, folks. Just good old fashioned, all inclusive fun. All ages, all races, all the spectrum of gender.
That's right.
Uh,
Men and women.
Men and all the other genders, apparently.
Women.
Women with a Y.
Oh.
Too far? No, but like the Lemony Snicket show is pretty good. And okay, I remember watching the movie because you and I, when we were kids, we saw it in the theater. And then I remember because that opening scene with the elf, the claymation elf. He's like, if you come to see a movie about a happy little elf, then you're in the wrong theater. But we genuinely thought we were in the wrong theater.
I don't. That's
You
amazing.
remember that?
I can remember that. No.
It was your mom too who was like ushering us out because we were young. We went to go see it. It was you, me, and then your mom. And she's like, I don't think we wanted to see this movie. I think this is not the right movie. We're supposed to see Lemony Snicket's. And then the narrator, like Lemony Snicket, started narrating. She's
Okay.
like, oh, I get it. It was a bit. And then we have to go and sit back down. That was the most
Oh.
embarrassing moment of my life.
Okay.
Thanks for that. But no, the actress who plays Violet in that movie, to me, looks the exact same as the actress who plays Violet in the show.
She did look familiar.
They look almost identical. I'm not messing with you.
Yeah.
Look, hold on.
She did look familiar.
I zoned out.
Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events.
She looks similar to.
Movie. The actress who plays Violet
Yeah.
in the movie looks similar to the actress who plays Violet in the show. Emily Browning is the actress who plays it in the movie. Yeah, okay, so she's the one who played it in the movie, and then here, hold on, Netflix, Lemony Snicket cast, and then in the show, what? Gosh darn it!
Chef's Table season 3 is coming out soon.
Which one?
Chef's Table.
I haven't seen any Chef's Table. Is it any good?
It's really good.
Wait. So, it's
you're
played
talking
by
about
a girl
Netflix.
named Melina Weissman.
Yeah.
They're probably related.
But they look the same. They look the exact same. She's a vampire. She's
They
a
all
Nicolas
look the
Cage.
same. Yeah.
No, they don't.
They all look
Look,
the same.
I put Emily Browning versus Melina.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Weissman?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
they
see.
do look the same. Melina.
It just looks all like the same girl. It must be
Browning.
just the same girl.
Yes.
They all look like the.
Emily Weissman.
Right?
Let's see. We should put a picture up when we air this. We'll put a picture up like over the black background that's
Just
otherwise
that.
here. And we'll do like they really do
Wait,
look the
what?
same. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It bothers me so
Oh,
much.
yeah.
She just doesn't age. She
Wow.
does not age. Simple as that. She's a vampire. Case closed. Her and Nicolas Cage. What's Nicolas Cage doing now?
Hanging.
Huh?
Hanging.
What's that?
Chilling.
Oh, he's just hanging. I thought there was a show or like a movie called Hanging.
No.
Maybe it's Con Air. I almost
No.
said Bel Air.
No.
It's Con Air 2. The Conning.
The Conning.
The Conning.
Keanu Reeves is another one that doesn't age.
Yeah,
He's
Keanu
doing,
Reeves. It's
John Wick.
well, it wasn't it shot here in
Chapter
Montreal?
2.
Wasn't some of it shot here in
I
Montreal?
don't know.
I remember a friend of mine put a post on Facebook like, "Oh, they're filming John Wick on St. Catherine," and that was a while ago. That was like the beginning of autumn, I want to say.
Oh,
But there have been little spots all over Montreal that
Do-
have like filming trucks and everything. I've noticed, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
wonder if that's John Wick. X-Men is doing another film here in
Yeah.
Montreal, which is interesting. Where's X-Men going from here? Because
Logan?
Hugh Jackman doesn't want to. Is it?
Logan.
Is it just Logan? I think there's another one, isn't there? They didn't announce it, but they just said, "Oh, we're gonna be back in Montreal filming something."
I don't know.
I can't wait for Logan. With X-23. No, I guess you guys don't really
No.
keep up with comics.
My comic book knowledge comes from you, so.
Oh, okay, so yeah. Well, it takes place in the Old Man Logan timeline, which I'm not going to explain it here because it's way too long. But it's Wolverine from the future comes back to the past and finds his alternate self. I want to say not really. It's like a clone of him, but it's a girl, and so they have like a mentor mentee sort of. Mentee is a word, right? I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And I think that's the premise of this. And it's like Weapon X is trying to take her back and he won't let them. But it's kind of cool that they're doing more stuff with like the female characters in Marvel. Find that interesting. And they have the Iron Man. It's the girl Riri Williams.
Why are you looking at me? I have no idea.
I felt like you would have known. You're usually pretty in tune with this kind of stuff, like
Yeah.
new female leads and things like that.
Yeah.
Well, the new Iron Man is a character called Riri Williams, and she's like a young like genius and everything. It's an interesting dynamic, and I want to see like maybe if they'll do it in movies and stuff. But as far as Spider-Man: Homecoming's concerned, I'm excited for that. I want to see that happen. So far, I like Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire is still my favorite Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah, because in the first movie he's in high school, but he still looks like a middle-aged man.
That's your favorite part?
Everybody looks just. I watched
The best
first,
part.
It is because I watched the first one recently, and then Tobey Maguire looks like a middle-aged man in high school, like beating up the jocks. But like the jocks all look like normal kids, but like Tobey Maguire still looks like a middle-aged man. They did not do very good jobs of like
Balancing it.
balancing it. Yeah, it was, and then Willem Dafoe's in it as the Green Goblin,
Mm.
which is great. I think Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire was one of the best Spider-Man movies. I think it's the top-rated one. It's got like Doc Ock in it. It's good.
Okay.
Check it out. And then the third one flopped. They didn't like it. Apparently, I liked it. I kind of liked it a bit. It's one of those movies you want to turn your brain off to, and just sort of
Okay.
watch Spider-Man
Is this it?
beat people. Yeah, it's Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
He doesn't look. I think he could pass for like a high schooler, you know?
It's in the first movie. Things just look so out of place with him, though. It like doesn't make sense. He's like
Okay.
he's got genuine confusion though when he gets spider powers though. It's so great. He's just so genuinely amazed with himself all the time, and it's my favorite part of the movie is him just like making this face of like,
Whoa.
What is
this?
happening?
Yeah, it's so good.
I'd be pretty confused too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like who? I mean, no. Okay, if you woke up with spider powers, what would you do first?
If I woke up and I was able to shoot white sticky stuff out of my body, then I would be pretty confused.
No more so than usual, right? Though, not any more white sticky stuff than usual. Controversial podcast. You can't hold me accountable. It's just a prank.
Yeah, it's a prank.
No one
bro.
got hurt. It's just a prank. I wouldn't save the city from any super
You just
villains.
hang
It's
out and have
cold
fun.
outside, man, in Montreal.
Oh.
I don't want to be swinging around in the cold.
Oh.
I actually thought about this today on my way to McDonald's to get a burger. That's right. Shout out to McDonald's. Not sponsored, by the way, just in case. You and Frank got very weird. I mentioned the name of something, and you and Frank got really weird and then quickly told me to mention that we aren't sponsored by this specific restaurant in Montreal. Actually, I think it was in the second podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Amanda's so concerned that people are going to find her that she mentioned a
Go
street
find me.
relatively close to her. And then she took me aside after the podcast and she said, because it's pre-recorded, I want you to
Delete
beep it out. I
Yeah.
want you to get rid of the street name. I was like,
Absolutely.
they'll never find it. What are you concerned about? I don't understand.
I'm just vigilant. That's all.
Vigilant against what? I mean, Pam didn't bleep out her name on a podcast, and look what happened to Pam.
I know.
You know?
Exactly. Well,
You got a crazy guy showing up at the door.
that's right. I don't want to be Pam.
We've already had crazy people show up at our door, so we're prepared. We're
Yeah.
well prepared.
Well, one.
My contingency plan is to throw the ottoman down the stairs. And like how are you gonna get there if the ottoman's in front of you? You can't. There's no way. It's impossible. You don't have the right move. Go back to the Pokemon Center. Get a different Pokemon. Come back. Use cut.
Good on.
Only 90s kids will get this. So stupid.
Jeez.
Where's Spider-Man when the crazy people are knocking down your doors? It's winter, so it doesn't.
He doesn't come outside.
That's. I thought about that. Like, what does Spider-Man do in the winter in New York? You take the season off? I
Yeah.
would. It's cold.
Yeah.
Goes down south.
Yeah.
Put him on.
Boy, man, I would love to save the city right now. You know, -12.
But.
We should probably mention too that again we're in Canada, so it's like we should about wrap this up by the way too, because we're approaching the time that we should. So anyway, let's we'll wrap this up real quick.
We got a lot talked about today,
Yeah, we got crime in Montreal, the city.
and yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. See you next time.